Guardian, you know fully well this mission is not above board. I understand the Imperium is clearly a threat, but I cannot overemphasize that my hands are tied. After the witness, don't the people deserve a moment of peace? It is our privilege to carry the mantle of this threat. Let the people live their lives. I understand your conviction, and I wish I had the power to authorize engagement on my own. But I can't. When I was younger, in the Dark Age, I was taught a path forward is often cleared with unconventional methods. Those methods are tempered by structure and order. That is how we earned the City Age. It's what we try to preserve. My focus must remain on preventing extinction. I cannot look elsewhere. I won't look elsewhere. So long as nothing seizes my attention. I trust you'll comply, Guardian?
System diagnostic complete. This unit functioning at 98.3% optimal performance.
You and Arnor make a pretty good fire team, hero. Even if you did use my face as a barricade. And now that we got that Imperium disk in hand, we're gonna need more than one hard-headed praxic to decrypt it. We're gonna need the local crime syndicates. I've got some irons in the fire with Spider for an intro. Fellow miscreants like that only respect two things: money and blood. We'll get you set up on building a reputation for yourself out here on Tharsis, gaining leverage on the local miscreants. But as the Nine weapon, there's something you gotta know first. I know I sold you on this job as a scam on the Imperium, but you heard on that ship what I've known all along. The Nine are backing the Imperium at the top. They surprised me with that junior dredger, but they're pulling his strings too. I've had the same nightmare since Kepler. A vision that runs and smells and tastes on repeat every time I close my eyes. And in my heart, I know the threat. If I don't do it, they hurt her. Back on that ship, Bale knew me as a dredgen. Heard stories of the sad old days and wanted a close-up look. Thought that was all there was to connect us. But there's more. A couple months ago, I had this vision. Didn't know if I was cracking up or what. Because when I came to, I tasted granite and battery acid. And I knew it came from the Nine. Today, that same voice spoke through Bale. Never gonna get that taste out of my mouth. Just listen before you judge, all right? They told me.
Attempt my exegesis. Eschaton is coming. I am informing you of your path because futurity dictates now is when you are informed. Little mannequin of flesh and fear, not made to see your end. The outer perspective widens. We know your binary option. We know the zero you choose. You will relinquish your insupportable burden and know peace. You will join the shadow, raise his tools against what wronged you. Banish the light. Save yourself from forever. Blinded, small thing. Freedom lives in the foreordained. One heart within your body. One without. Chains that bind your fate. Break them. Be free, or the maze door opens needlessly to deep, grieved death.
Welcome to the new Mars. While the Vanguard was off fighting the good fight, the Syndicates took over. Now the only law on Tharsis is the gun on your hip and the light in your hands. You'll do well here. I don't relish doing business with these leeches, but we need to find out what the Dredgen are after. The only way to do that is by wading into the pond with the scum. Like the Syndicates. and your sleazy friend Drifter. Keep the syndicates in your gun sights, and take out their operatives across the system when you can. The more leverage we gain over them, the sooner we'll uncover the Dredgen's long-term plans.
Hey there, hero. I'm leaving a few breadcrumbs for you, just in case things go sideways. I know what it looks like, dragging the crew into a knot behind Zavala's back. But you saw that vision the Nine sent me. It ain't just another bad dream. They were vague as usual, but I know they're threatening Eris, straight up. And you know how that sits with me. I can't change fate. Better to lean into it. That's what I learned on Kepler. So if I have to make some desperate moves out there, just know it's for a good reason. And I never meant to hurt any of you. Who's the hero now, Hotshot?
Here for a favor. What is your Earth phrase? If we meet again?
Guardian, this is Honor. Don't respond. This is a one-way channel. Low profile, no bleed. Drifter might actually have a plan. The Imperium is scrambling, cauterizing loose ends on Mars and Venus. The data he stole has a secret that they don't want getting out. It's stored on his ghost, Blue. But it'll take time to decrypt, and tools we don't have. And it's worse. She can't speak. Spider wants to help us. He's willing to give us the ghost parts we need to repair Blue. But he wants us to track a lost courier of his in the lawless frontier in return. Convince Spider that you'll play his game.
My dear Guardian, I need you. Multiple syndicates are in conflict out here in the Expanse, killing for territory and resources. Very profitable disorder. Hazards come with the spoils, of course. I've lost contact with one of my salvage crews. If you'll track the flare, locate what that crew was carrying, I'll make sure you have the parts to help Drifter's ghost. Apologies. Oh, apologies for the landing. Your Guardian regeneration is blocked out here on the Tharsis frontier. The Imperium's doing via their beacon tech after you escaped their flagship.
Not an exaggeration. The syndicates are the real powers here, carving up territory on the frontier.
structures for the Tharsis Reformation. Each one possesses individual sentience. They're shrewd entrepreneurs. In time, perhaps we can get a few of them in our pocket, find a way to leverage the Vex network.
Don't worry about taking a few of them apart. If anything, they'll be impressed with your gunplay. Only way to get respect out here.
No signs of my salvage kin, though. Their flare is still active up ahead. Filters are showing residue from shock rifle impacts. Pikers took out my crew. Shame there's no Elixir solidarity here on the frontier. And still no sign of the cargo. We can't relinquish these ghost parts without it, Guardian.
Drifter's ghost is heavily modified. She's an amalgam, patched with parts from other dead ghosts. Whatever effects that modification produced makes her unique. We need her back in play.
associate, Darok. Praise the seven stars. He can fend for himself. The cargo must be nearby. I pray it's intact. Looks like the Totality Division wants to know if you have anything to do with the ruckus out here. Prepare an Imperium unit. Closest thing to law enforcement in Tharsis. Word on the street is they're in business for themselves. Just another syndicate wearing Imperium bloomers. I've taken the liberty of installing a robust assault response aboard your jumpship. For any occasion that requires salvation from on high, but it's a war zone at the expense of I marked an extraction point on your tracker. Do as my salvage kit did, and signal with an exfiltration flare. Don't worry, I won't nail you like my crew failed me. Just keep that salvage safe.
I'm pulling records on the Baron Imperium. They must have powerful resources to have total control over Mars and Venus.
systems. If you're ever looking for another payout, classic run-and-down arrangement.
And there's our end to the syndicates. Outstanding. Without the Vanguard's help, we'll need assets wherever we can find them. Good work, Guardian.
By all 7 stars, the Expanse is flooded with transmissions. Drifter's ghost has a line on bail. Totality Division has spotted the false weapon, and Dredgen hopes flock in Tharsis. On bail, unleash me. I long to show them what an Eclipse-powered cuirass can do. Leave that to Six and Nightfall Station. I need you overseeing the station's completion. Deploy your legions. Sounds like the Imperium's looking for you. Oh, the intimate conversations is slithering to out here. Oh, wishing you many happy returns, Renegade. I think you'll find our friendship agreeable. Your glimmer is always welcome here.
Did it work?
Doorknob! You lousy, awful, stupid waste of light, bottom-feeding leech!
Hello to you too.
Are you disloyal, coin-flipping, ghost-ditching, scraggly bad two-timer? If you had a mom, she wouldn't call you! Oh, and the only time you're sincere is when you're asking for money! And your headband makes you look like a lard cook!
Guardian, thank you for fixing my ghost. This is Blue. Named her because of that sunny personality.
Bite me! I need to talk to the Guardian. With my voice? That was healing. Drifter and I have a complicated relationship. Scratch that, it's not complicated. He's a flake. No, worse than a flake. He's a scoundrel. That data he stole wasn't any old data. It was plans for a superweapon. Nightfall Station. No idea when it's payload. Drifter's sure the Imperium's connected to the Nine. And I think he's right. This tech, it's impossible. And that vision he showed you, it has him shook. Me too. Now he's shut away from me, from Ida, from Arnold, which I get. And Eris. And one person he let in. Watch him. I gave up my voice to save the Drifter once. I'm through keeping my mouth shut.
Hope you're listening, hero. Like I said, I might have to make a few radical moves coming up. It's gonna rock the fire team, and Blue won't like it. Y'all think I'm running again. Not this time. When I was imprisoned on that Imperium ship, I learned Bale was a dredgen, a fanatic, all about yours dogma. He's a light bearer, playing with forces he can't hope to control. I used to be dredging hope. I left that life behind a long time ago. Bale wants me to come back to it. They're forcing my hand. I'm gonna give Bale and his Nine exactly what they want. Submit to them. I don't know what the Nine want me to do over there. Still figuring that out. But I know I have to go. For the city. For Eris. So for now, let's keep this between us. I'll see you on the other side.